Yeah guys, that med guy here. Today I'd like to talk to you about customizing your own first aid kit for your home. Now, I'm not trying to bash all other first aid kits or their effectiveness. I mean, they're all effective and they all have functionality and wonderful capacity. Though I've found that once I've purchased a first aid kit and I've gone through what I've needed due to emergencies in the home or what have you, I tend to have a surplus of stuff that I didn't use, and then I carry that on to the new first aid kit, and I've got this hoarded amount of things that I don't use. So I just wanted to talk to you about a way where you can cut down on some of that and just make it as functional as possible for your home. Because every home is different, right? So you want to go ahead and have something that'll be functional to your home, effective and efficient. Okay. So I did purchase a first aid kit online. And I believe that this first aid kit is good for about 25 people. So, you know, it has your basic stuff, like a hot pack, a cold pack, different size band-aids, Q-tips, alcohol pads, some dressings, ABD, abdominal dressings. There's even little fever scans, which are just little forehead thermometer readers. And this is great. You know, it has a lot of stuff that I can use, but there's some stuff that I need that aren't in here, like aspirin, ibuprofen, maybe some Benadryl, you know. So wonderful functionality for all that, you know, burns, scrapes, cuts, and stuff like that. But how about the more, you know, common stuff, you know, like we said, headaches and sore throats and stuff. So this is where all this comes into place. So I thought, well, you know, why can't I find a first aid kit that's got everything? And usually the first aid kits that do compass everything are more of the industrial commercial size. You know, they're the big wall box ones that you find hanging at your business. So this is what I came up with. So the first thing I did was I thought about, well, what do I need in my home? What is it that I need to stock for as far as dangers that are, you know, more prevalent in my home? So, you know, you got a stove, so something for burns. Got a backyard, so some for scrapes and bruises. You've got kitchenware, some for lacerations. You get headaches, some for the headaches. Upset stomach, some for the upset stomach. So I figured, well, let's go ahead and tailor it to exactly what it is that I need. So here's the first thing I did was I went to Home Depot and I purchased a toolbox. Okay, so I just purchased a regular Husky toolbox. I don't know, I think I paid about $3-4 for it. And this is your traditional toolbox where you open it up and it's got, you know, the tier in it or the removable lid, and you can store more stuff down in there. So this was the initial purchase. And then went out to the store and bought some additional items like some bandaging, some Coban, some tapes, band-aids. And then I went a little bit further and bought my aspirin, ibuprofen. I even have an Excedrin equivalent in here for those in my house that might get a migraine. You know, I even store regular medications in here, you know, and that's a great thing because let's say you do have company over and you store your regular medications, the more strong stuff, opiates and stuff like that. You know, keeping it hidden, something like this is a lot safer, especially if you have young children or maybe adolescent children that you might be worried about them getting to. This is a great way to go ahead and get those out of sight, right? So, yeah, so even got some Mucinex in here, just everything that you would need. Now, I decided, well, let's combine it all. So, the bottom drawer will have all of the over-the-counter stuff, as I showed you. All the medicines, prescription medications, Tylenol, Excedrin, ibuprofen, you know, stuff for your chest, stuff for your tummy, even gummies and stuff like that, right? Again, the gummies, you know, I've seen it happen to where at work, you know, we have a kiddo come in because they've eaten a whole container of gummy vitamins and the parents are worried about some kind of an overdose. So, yeah, again, that's a great way to keep things safe. But what I do is I'll go over to my first aid kit and look at the stuff that I do need. Well, I already got band-aids in here, so what I'll do is I can take out my alcohol pads, bunch them up and throw them in here as well. I can take out the Q-tips, and the ointment, like the bacitracin, and use the Q-tips to apply the bacitracin on the cuts and scrapes. I'll go ahead and throw that in here as well. A couple of different other size bandages, or band-aids rather than just the standard size. I'll even take out the hot and the cold pack. What I'll do is I'll look at everything in here and I'll pick and choose what I think would be most responsive and efficient for anything that happens in my home. I'll just remove it from the first aid kit, stuff it neatly in here, organize it, and keep it good, right? And so again, all the over-the-counter stuff, medications, pick and choose what I feel applies to my home from here, organize it, put it in here as well. Got my caddy, and up here I'll put my bandages, my tapes, even some butt paste. So it's a great way to just go ahead and get everything that your household would probably need and fit it into one. Now the great thing about this put into a first aid box, it's durable. You can drop it and you won't have to worry about it breaking and spilling out everywhere. You can take it with you on a camping trip. You can take it with you on long road trips. You can just take it with you, period, and it's all in one place that you can just grab and go. Again, this is great because you have a little bit of everything in one place. Now at home, you can store it in your laundry room. You can store it under your bed. You can store it somewhere in your den, anywhere where you would need quick access. So it's like a little jump bag. So we'll call it a jump box. You've got all the stuff you need at your fingertips. So if you're interested in learning more, go ahead and click on the description link below, and I'll go ahead and make a list of things that I feel that you might find that should go in the box for your household. And if you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave me a comment. And if you find this video helpful, please drop me a line and subscribe so you can get updates for our next first aid video. All right, guys. Thank you, and be safe.